fragrances of love, igniting my desire. No expectations. Understand? That's it, man. We can get, get excited by fragrances, sights, everything. But if you have no expectations, there's never disappointment. Just you're able to come closer to another, closer to the divine, closer to God, closer to yourself because of no expectations, man. Whatever it is, love, money, power, no expectations. It leaves you free. Yeah. Got that? The Ching, the Oracle. From here at the 45th parallel. The Ching for the week of July 15th, 2019. Number 6, song. Dispute, conflict, yeah. Above is heaven, below is water, danger. The wisdom. There's arguments brewing within. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Stand steady in the center. There will be no completion. Yeah, that's important to know, You see, there's a lot brewing in your inner life. There's conflict on this pathway to freedom. And these conflicts come at us like arrows, They come in this way, they come in that way, different forms, words, people, things. Now, in the past, you've known what to do, put things in proper order. Things are different now. They're confusing somewhat. So be easy on yourself, for these times are not meant for completion. If you really understand that, then you have no expectations, right? Not meant for completion. During times of conflict, whether it's being reflected in relationships, business, family, tribe, or very likely it's an inner conflict as to which way to turn and with whom. It's troubling because there's no way to see clearly what must be done now to bring about the correct actions to come to a harmonious outcome, which is, of course, what we want. But it's not there for us yet. You see, the place that you're going to find clarity is to go to the middle path. Go to the center by holding to neutrality, right? Be Sweden. Hold to neutrality while others are pleading their case to others, to authority, or they begin to bully, or they begin to intimidate just to show they're right? You're going to benefit by holding your tongue, hold on to your truth, and don't take a stance of righteousness. But for sure, don't bend to the bullies, to the threats, to the coercion, because that's what this time's about. You see, when you're ready to make big advances, I don't know why it is this way, but we get challenged, We get bigger challenges than we might get. It could come in our life, it could come in health, come in a lot of ways. You see, if you take the middle path, that's not weak, because that's where clarity resides. It's not weak, it's wisdom to take the center path. Not always, but right now, the way things are, the way the ethers are, the way the planets are aligned. Right, Kaipacha? Yeah, I heard him, he said right. While in this position, do not demonstrate in any way fear or doubts. Okay, that's important. Have confidence that the middle way is the correct position. And from here, where you're going to express your clear vision, you will not have any fear of a negative outcome. Don't give up your position, no matter if there are threats or bullying. Don't give up your position. If you look back in review, the way things happened, you're going to see that when you were entering into a present arrangement that's there, or you were getting into an agreement that you were not clear about the truth at the beginning, often you get blinded by unreal expectations, and that's fired by desire. Go back to the onset of the situation and root out where you missed it, where you denied the truth. It's like, don't let this internal revelation, right, that you say, oh, I see what it is, I found it. Don't let it push you, man, into like conflict again. Try to correct it. You can't correct it. It's not correctable in its present form. If you try, it's going to bring further conflict and bring arguments. And during arguments, you're blinded to the truth. If you're angry, you cannot figure anything out and you can't solve anything, right? We all get angry, right? It's part of the deal. We do. We got anger and it's built up, and sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it's not. But certainly don't let it, understand that if you're there, don't make any decisions. This hexagram, this qua song, advises that you withdraw from the situation long enough to see more clearly what's happening or what has happened. Now, you may decide to withdraw completely, seeing that the agreement, whether it's an actual agreement or inferred agreement, was built on false premises and false promises. Yeah. False premises and false promises. Whether you stay in it or leave it behind, the clarity you will gain will bring peace of mind and will make way for good fortune. Yeah, see, it's not all bad, man. Now, if you choose to go ahead, your benefit is going to be to recognize that the conflict is not being felt by only you, it's everybody involved. Everybody's feeling it, man. With a firm stance and an open heart, meet the opposition halfway, right? Walk halfway. Negotiate right up to the point where you feel there's fairness and you have clarity of purpose. This leads to good fortune, to abundance and tranquility. If no fair resolution is possible, then swiftly, without delay, move on. No blame. Conflicts among the people are presently amplified by the massive discord and conflict between nations and in the natural world. The people are at odds, political posturing based on greed for power, for place, for money. It's running rampant on the planet, man. And the cognoscenti, they've lost the plot, man. Off script. They haven't seen the damage that's being done every moment to the people on the planet and to the planet herself. They don't see it. And we can't help it, man. We pick up on this negativity. We pick up on the fear. So consciously, in realizing where this energy is coming from, right? It's not you. It's coming from outside, but it's affecting you. Separate yourself from the influence of this negativity as it reflects in your relationships, as it reflects in the decisions that affect your personal journey. Greed, man. It's just affecting so much. It's caused people to argue. They try to control nature, right? Get that one. It's so hard to wrap your head around that people think that it's possible to control nature. This is a conflict. Nature's going to win, no doubt. Look at the tides, look at the weather. To anywhere where man is challenged or tried to tame nature, to bend it to his will, it's a ridiculous battle, one that cannot be tamed. Nature cannot be tamed. It cannot be won by will, by trickery, or by force. It is the ego and intent of mankind that must be tamed, not nature. Here it is, the individual egos. They must be dealt with to allow the flow of nature, compassion, and love to be the side that carries our earth towards goals of harmony and completion. Right? Okay, so here I am. I'm talking about nature and taming it, and before I was talking about our own situation in our life. It's all tied together. We're woven into nature. We're part of it. We're part of the mycelium that grows beneath our feet. We're part of the clouds that float above our head. Quite often, when a new and exciting project or a relationship is right before you, you can become lost in the potential that you project. This can lead to arguments, can lead to conflict, right? Because you're just not sure, so you're off base. In the enlightened business model, a firm and fair contract must be put in place before one invests one's time and one's energy. The same is true when it comes to family, friends, or other groups with whom we affiliate. To have a successful outcome, face your fears. Look to what's causing the discord. Deal with these issues head on, right? Don't let yourself slip away from this, man. Have a clear picture. All sides. Kick the tires, like they say. Begin by disengaging fully from the emotional state of your inner doubts and that this conflict has activated. And this is going to allow you to see all sides. From here, you're going to see what you got to do. You're going to act from your inner sense of fairness and truth, and not out of greed, not out of fear, and not trying to appease others. Man, this is a place for me first, right? Don't try to do something because it's going to make everybody feel good. If you're giving parts of yourself up, tearing off a piece of your soul, you can't go there. In relationships, cultivate compassion. Listen fully to your partner, right? Just kind of shut the fuck up and listen. Hear. Don't try to fix things, just listen. In business, communicate with focus and compassion as well with the people you're in business with. And don't be afraid to speak from your heart. You're going to be heard as you speak a well-considered truth. You're feeling angst, you're going to feel anxiety, you're going to feel depression, likely. Look to where you're rigid and demanding of yourself or others. Give yourself a break. Adapt a point of view that takes the pressure off, right? Just change it. You might not totally believe it, but change it. It's going to give you some room where you can meet yourself halfway. And take an inventory here of your goodness, of your skills, of your intent. You see, in knowing that you're enough, you're going to make the right decision. It may be to withdraw completely, or maybe to begin anew. To begin anew with a new flexible point of view. Don't be so rigid. Negotiating a place of fairness, a place of harmony. Right? This gua is a teaching for what may be. A situation that's right there at hand, or it may be a lesson in how to proceed in the correct way in a new situation that is appearing on the horizon, right? At the beginning of any enterprise, whether it's in business, art, love, or any form of group endeavor, listen carefully to what the other says. Just listen. Don't dismiss when you have doubts. Just don't say, I'm not going to think that right now because I want what's out there so much. Don't dismiss the doubts. And if you got that nagging sense in your gut, right, you don't feel easy about it, you got to pay attention to it because it'll come in your early communication and you won't go any further. But once you have gone further, you're kind of stuck in it, right? And then you didn't listen to yourself and you didn't protect yourself. You didn't. I was told the story today about I entered into a verbal contract when I was a photographer, and it was it was the 60s and 70s. It was all peace, love, and brown rice. And then when it came time to collect, yeah, you know the rest of the story. At the beginning of getting to know someone romantically, okay, listen to this, men, women, everybody, they. Okay, I want they to listen to this. At the beginning of getting to know someone romantically, listen for clues as to how they have behaved in the past. Right? Often they may say they are not good at relationships or they are not ready for a relationship. Listen to that and don't go any further. They're not good at it and they're telling you that. In business or other group endeavors, investigate how others in the field perceive your colleagues. Listen to that. I want to say that when you hear somebody say, I'm not good at relationships, if they give the next line, which is something like, yeah, but I really have learned from that last, I wasn't good at it, but I've learned, I'm beginning to grow, and I've learned a lot. And ask that question, what did you learn from your last relationship? What did you learn from your past business dealings? Open that up so you got a doorway to talk. Listen to what people are saying about past deals they've been in, or partners, or involvements. If they get really negative or dishonesty, don't go forward. Bow out gracefully with compassion. If you ask somebody, well, what was your What was your last girlfriend like, your last boyfriend? They say, oh man, they were terrible, they really this and that. Don't go there, man. That's just, there's no compassion. Now, if you're an artist, choose your representation carefully. Or if you're being represented by somebody, choose carefully and ask the hard questions, always knowing it is you they need, not the other way around. That's a big one, huh? If in any situation you don't know which way to go, it's a sign to disengage and go to center. From that point of view, you're going to have a clear picture of the situation in its entirety. And once you've gained this perspective, you can move forward with confidence and be graceful about it. And this is going to lead to peaceful, prosperous outcome. Yeah, I mean, it seems so simple, right? It is. In a lot of ways, it really is simple. But it does take to be conscious, to be awake, right? Be awake. Teach peace. Be love. Fragrances of love lighting my desire. No expectations. Yeah. Just go. You got to take separate bedrooms. That's cool. You know what I'm talking about. I will be in New York next week. Everything is filled up for this time. I'll be back in August. I'm coming into Manhattan a week at a time, and I think it looks like it's going to be more. But this week is filled up, and thanks everybody for signing up. And we're going to be doing some workshops, not this trip, but we will be in the future. It'll be a great time for you to come. Gosh, the one we did at Deepak's home base, at Deepak Chopra's place, that we did, yeah, I know, well, but that was at ABC. Beautiful room, and we filled it, man. About 110 people. It was great, right? A lot of good. Great to be with the New Yorkers. It was great for me. In Lakesh Alakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. Shout out to my dear friends, Banjo Girl, to Elliot, great human being, and her business partner, Madrina. Powerful women coming together. Hey, did you see the captain of the U.S. women's soccer team, the speech she gave? We got hope, man. People like that are coming up and starting to show themselves. People are stepping out of the clouds to come forward. The elders are coming out to teach. Go listen. Listen to the elders. Yeah, I'm an elder, so yeah, you can listen to me. But that's not the point of what I'm saying. Just open up. See who's talking. See what information is out there, right? Be the love that you desire. Teach your children well. Thank you, Mr. Nash. And remember, man, we're all in this together. You are not alone. You're not alone. We're all in it together, right? And like my Hopi teachers say, they said years and years and years ago, you are the one you've been waiting for. You are the one you've been waiting for. So what do you do about that? You show up, man. Show up. Have a beautiful, blessed week. I'm going to muster up as much love as I possibly can.